Thanks for joining us for today's In Real Time Car Show, coming to you live here on the all-new SportsMap 94.1 FM. Time now for this hour's car review. Mr. Mars has the Dodge Challenger ScatPack, kind of fitting for our subject of the day. Mr. Mars?
Yeah, buddy. And we're talking about, I've always been a big fan of the Challenger Hellcats in particular. They're just anything with a Hellcat motor in it. I like it just because of the pure power that you get behind it. But so this Dodge Challenger, there's several different models of it, but this is the RT with the ScatPack package on it. So it's still the same basic 5-passenger vehicle. For 2018, it's carried over, so we still got the long hood. We've got some air scoops. Because we have the ScatPack, we've got some striping and special badging, including the little Super Big emblem on it. And to me, it gives it that very retro feel and look, even though it's still pretty new. We had the yellow jacket paint, so it's the bright yellow with the black ScatPack badging and striping on it. And, of course, we had power-heated side mirrors, and we had a satin black rear spoiler, LED tail lights, and we were rolling on some really nice 20-inch aluminum wheels that had the black inserts in them. So it was a nice black combination laying over on the yellow. Kind of gives it a real performance look back like you would expect from real muscle cars. On the interior, we had a black houndstooth interior, and they had the ScatPack logos on the back of the seats.
Houndstooth.
Well,
there's a throwback.
Yeah, there it is, but it's still, it wasn't leather, so, it was actually quite comfortable considering all the black that the car was in.
The In Real Time machine, by the way, has a houndstooth interior, so there.
That's what I said. It's very nostalgic.
It's very nostalgic, very nice. And so, of course, because it's the RT and it's part of that lineup from Dodge, it had the 180-mile speedometer. I can't say that it'll go that fast.
Did you try?
No.
Okay.
I think. Anyway, it also had the 8.4-inch touchscreen display over in the center of it. So that's where we're going to find all the convenience pages, for the air conditioning, because this is a driver. This is another one of those things from Dodge. It's really a muscle car. It's something that you can drive on a daily basis. You could drive it on date nights, drive it to work, and then if you want to go out and play or go to the track, I should say, you can do that. So we also had the performance pages where you could dial it up and all your launch settings. And it also is where you're going to find the 9-speaker audio system with a 506-watt amp. So you can fill this thing with sound if you want to, if you want something besides the engine.
500 watts, you could fill the neighborhood with sound.
And the great thing about the Challenger is it does have a rear seat that you could put 3 people in it. I mean, you can get in there. Don can get in the back seat, and he's well over 6 foot. So it's a nice, what I consider, muscle car. And it does have some power, though. Under the hood, you're going to find the 6.4-liter 392 Hemi. Now, this is, your base engine on a Challenger is a 305-horse V6. This is a 485-horsepower Hemi with 415 pound-feet of torque at 4,200 RPM. It's backed by the same 8-speed automatic that you're going to find in the Hellcat. So it's got a little bit of juice there. And what it does, to me, it makes it much more drivable. And I hate to say it, if I was really going to if I had the money to buy one of these, I'd probably buy this instead of the Hellcat just because it's much more driver-friendly. But
a little bit more affordable, I would imagine.
A little bit more affordable, and it's a little more drivable. I mean, I love the Hellcat. Don't get me wrong, for just flat-out quarter-mile
raising hell.
Yeah, wasn't going to say that, but basically, yeah. The EPA says on this one you should be looking for, in the city, about 15 miles to the gallon, 25 out on the highway. So your combined is about 18. I didn't get any place close to that. I was too busy.
Oh, I'm not
I was
surprised.
doing a lot of research with this vehicle, a lot of research. But again, we're talking about a manageable daily driver that with performance. So it's got a firm performance ride, and it's not that harsh track setting. I mean, you can set it up that way to get a little more performance, but it's not really. It's what I would call streetable performance ride. If you're looking to compare it to something, you're going to look at the Ford Mustang GT, of course. You're going to look at the Chevy Camaro SS. And the base Challenger, if you want to sit down and just get into the car, 305 horsepower V6 has got plenty of juice if you're just looking for a driver that looks really nice. But if our base test vehicle started at $38,995, and by the time we added a few other things to it, it tagged out at $43,280 for a very drivable, what I consider drivable street machine muscle car.
That's a fair price for a beast.
Compared to what else you can get out there that you can still double date in or haul the kids in, like I say, something you need to look at if you're in the market for something of that caliber.